Hey y'all, this is Jason from GameRave.com, otherwise known as Danger Boy. This is GameRaveTV. So last week I alluded to a little theory called the racing game theory. And what that means and what that is a theory I came up with quite a few years ago. I think it was around the Dreamcast PS2 era, and it's been going pretty well so far, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. The theory is this. If you take a look at the first racing games available for a system at launch, that will end up telling you everything you need to know about what to expect from the system for its entire lifespan. And as crazy as it sounds, I figured I'd go with a couple, examples just to show you guys that it does ring true. Now, to start off with this whole theory, we'll go way back to the early 8-bit and 16-bit days. For example, for the Nintendo, you had these two guys. One, easily jump into games. Really fun games, all new things to check out like create a track, battery save, password save, etc. And just an amazing library that will, live on for the ages as long as you can get rid of the crap. For the TurboGrafx 16, there was Victory Run. Now, despite not being a brand name game or even a popular series, so to speak, it did prove that the system is going to have a lot of unique titles that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else and kind of carve its own niche. For Sega CD, oh, just the same Genesis game with CD music. Okay, cool, no problem. For the Super Nintendo, F-Zero. Holy crap, look at the graphics, look at the Mode 7, look at the colors, the speed. Oh my god, I need to play everything in this game. Let's do this. For the Sega Saturn, Daytona USA. Okay, you know what? These aren't arcade-perfect games, but they're still really good games. For example, Virtua Fighter 2, Sega Rally, etc. It's going to have a great library. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they'll have this system for years to come and not screw this up. Maybe. Ah, now my baby, the PlayStation. Look at these two games. Ridge Racer basically said, look, we're going to get either almost perfect or perfect arcade releases. It's going to be amazing. Look at the speed, look at the textures. Beautiful control. Oh, no, by the way, for some games you can throw in your own music CD. Have fun. ESPN games, while not for me, showed that they were going to cater to everyone. Arcade lovers, the extreme games people, the major sports, etc. Can't go wrong. It was just a really good launch games, and look what it got us. Now with the Dreamcast had 6 racing games at launch, which is insane. But just like the theory shows, you have the great ones and finally arcade perfection, but you will have to wade through some weirdos to get to the really nice niche games. And as is, hindsight, just finds a whole library. Now for PlayStation 2 is a little bit of a gray area. You had 4 racing games. You had Midnight Club, Ridge Racer 5, Smuggler's Run, and Wild Racing. Wild Racing basically represented the crap. Like, okay, yeah, it's going to be the most popular system. There's going to be 2,000 games. Deal with it. There's going to be shit to go through. Smuggler's Run represented the originality you could find on the system. I.e. the JRPGs coming out, games like Ico, Colossus. Ridge Racer 5 showed that long-time games may be on there and they may be good, but they're going to suffer for some odd reason. In this case, Ridge Racer 5, lack of anti-aliasing with the little staircase graphics and the fact that they recycled a lot of tracks from previous games, which show the problems they'd have with some of the Madden games, stuff like that. And then Midnight Club showed that just like the PlayStation 1 before it, there was going to be a beautiful set of original games that would have their own sequels on that system and carry on forward. For the Wii. Now, the Wii had 6 games at launch too, all racing, but the difference here is with the Wii, you would have really awesome niche titles that I 100%ed day one, buried underneath all the crap and the hand-me-down ports. On the other hand, Wii U, oh shit. But the Vita, oh shit. So that leads us to the upcoming generations, the Xbox One and the PS4. So right now you're saying, Jason, this whole theory is awesome, but it's all hindsight. You could totally have cheated. And this is true. So we are going to come back to this video 1 year from now and see how good I was at predicting based on my theory. So write down the date and we'll figure this out. Here's how we're going to call it. Xbox One. 2 launch games are going to be Need for Speed Rivals and Forza 5. Since Need for Speed's on both systems, we can leave that one out. It means they're going to have great third-party support. notice the lack of racing on the Wii U. But with Xbox One and Forza 5, Forza 5's big thing is the drivatars. And the drivatars are basically, instead of artificial intelligence, it's basically your ghost data being mapped on top of AI. So, you know, your buddy is technically racing against you and your friends like you would technically race. Well, seeing as how, as of whatever date it is I post this, that Xbox and Microsoft have basically backpedaled on goddamn everything they've ever said about the system, right down to the Kinect being needed, look for the same backpedaling with Forza 5. And what do I mean by that? If you have access to the way your vehicle is going to handle in someone else's game, how many people do you know are going to be an asshole and just drive backwards, aka backpedaling, and fuck with the drivatar information? Or how many people are just going to keep driving wavy so they try and bump into each other? Now, their way around this might be the best law of averages and so forth, and the game will try and autocorrect, but if you're driving the same way every game and it's using that data to map out your drivatar, you can fuck with the system. So that might cause some havoc and may cause them to backpedal on that if it's showing that people are not playing good with it. Good with it, fair with it. Now, PlayStation 4 is a little bit interesting. PlayStation 4's only real driving game aside from Need for Speed is Drive Club. Now, Drive Club, by all rights, is a sort of spiritual successor to a degree of Gran Turismo. Now, with me, Gran Turismo has fallen out of my love after the first one. It just got too realistic. Each iteration just being dry and dry and dry. I couldn't do it. But with Drive Club, it's not so much the gameplay, which is based on Team, which would be really cool and might actually help promote PlayStation Network to shoot past Xbox Live. But it's the fact that if you're a PlayStation Plus member, which you will need for multiplayer, you can get Drive Club for free. It's going to be a neutered release of some kind, just like how the Essentials was for Forza 4. But the fact that a brand new system is going to give you a brand new game for free just for being a member, that's pretty cool. It may not be an awesome pack-in like Wii Sports or, say, Super Mario World or Toshinden, but if on day one they're willing to give you a current game day one for free just for showing up with the PlayStation Plus card, that's going to be some awesome free stuff coming down the pike. And I can only fathom what Sony's going to do to help just completely obliterate Xbox Live. So it's going to be an interesting time between the two systems. That being said, record the date, save the video, come back in about a year, we'll see what happens. See you next week, guys. Take care.